so much different. Actually. It's more, it's a little bit more flowers and it's prize money and a lot of glamour, but the rest is the same. For me, the sport is the same because I am there to protect the safety of the horses. I'm there to make sport, but first of all, to make the horses want to do this again and again and again and again. And the thing about that is, I hope you don't mind, when you were young, when I was young, we were jumping in the world maybe 4 or 5 times a year for prize money more than 100,000. Nowadays, they do it twice a week, somewhere in the world. So that also means for the horses, it's more work. They have to fly more. They have to do the riders and the owners who want the best out of their horse, but still loves their horse. When I do a little bit, when we as horse designers do things a little bit too complicated for the horses, I know that horse who wins, who gives the most effort into the game, he will not rest next week or next week or next week. He will go to a new show with do the same effort. So for me, that's the passion that I love, to see happy horses, to bring out the best of them. And when I see them go into the ring after the show, I see them happy again.
Can you tell us a little about how you got started? Was this your dream as a young child, or did you just grow into this?
No, it wasn't. Now I have to lie a little bit, because I just told a couple of guys here that I started when I was 12.
Yeah.
So, as 12 or 13-year-old boy in Sweden, it was 50% horses and 50% the girls. It was, if I'm supposed to. But then suddenly, my sister started to ride, so I went to the riding school, and then suddenly the passion for the horses, it was bigger than I thought from the beginning.
More than the girls?
Yeah, actually it was. Yeah. So more and more horses, and it was to communicate with horses and everything, and that's also what brought me suddenly into riding in coast design. The communication, to try to find a way to communicate.
Were you also a show jumper? Is that how you got into it? So tell us a bit about your show jumping.
Yeah, my show jumping career is nothing. It's I did a couple of years at the top level in Sweden, like 150, but that's I wouldn't count myself as a professional. I did it for a couple of years, and it also that also made me a better course designer. So I've done what I'm supposed to do.
I'm going to ask you a question that wasn't on my list, but is something that's in my mind. As you said, we started off where the horses were riding like once every few months, so once every few weeks, yes? How have the horses changed?
The horses have changed. The breeding has changed. It's not the same horse. It's the breeding for the top sports. Now the breeding it's sensitive horses that is breed for jumping. How do you say it? The normal behavior is flight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the more we bring sensitivity to the horses, the more they are more flat.
They're more. So a sensitive horse will fly off.
Yeah.
Like if the plastic bag blows up in the air, my ponies are probably not going to take much notice, but my racehorse here will probably run off. So what you're saying is that they become more sensitive.
Yeah.
Sensitized.
Yeah. They are. They also put a lot of effort into when we put the thing like a fence in front of them, and we want them to jump. Yeah. Normally, the old breed of horses, you could kick them a little bit and tell them what to do. The horses nowadays nowadays you have to convince to do it, and you have to talk to their minds more than to the body. So it changed really a lot.
What's it like working with top show jumpers? Because I think you also said to me that you trained with them, or you helped them to train at some point. Tell us a little bit, what's it like working with these huge horses and these very kind of famous names in show jumping?
They are really what I those who gets really good and those who will stay good. That's, I don't know if you know, but like David, yeah, maybe like nowadays the Swedish guy Henrik von Eckermann was also good for many years. The thing about them who stays good, they love their horses, and you can see the same passion from them as you can do from the children coming here to the riding school. For the hour they're going to go. That's the thing. And then there is of course there is rider with a lot of money and everything, and yeah, they are also into the sport. But with those who stays good for a long time, you see the passion for the horses.
Just for those who are not so familiar, and for the children as well here, can you explain what show jumping is?
Show jumping is about. You can see. Did all of you see show jumping? Yeah. Yeah. Also you? Because there is. The thing is, to make a horse do a track for week after week, there is a lot of work before that show. You have to be a partner with the horse, and the horse has to trust you. In whatever level you are in, they have to trust you. You have to be the mother that takes them a little bit forward, takes them there, you shouldn't go there, go there, a little bit in a nice way. To make them trust you and that they want to do this, because it's not natural. But the horses, they did a lot for us. They went to the forest. Yeah. They went to the farm shows. They're doing sports for us. And they owe us nothing. But we owe them quite a lot to respect them and to keep them in a good healthy system. Because they will do whatever, if they trust us, they will do what we ask them to do. But it also, now when we breeded a more sensitive horse, it puts a lot of, we have to think a little bit what we put in.
We were talking earlier about some of the challenges facing the show jumping industry. So, traditionally, Germany, Netherlands, UK, Sweden, show jumping is very popular. There's a lot of kids who go into jumping, show jumping, some of them go to a high level. But there's been a lot of criticism about the equestrian sports in terms of the animal welfare. And I want to just talk a little bit about some of the challenges we were talking about earlier that are facing the whole industry.
The challenges is about, I think, we shouldn't go too deep into this because then we will sit there until tomorrow morning. But the thing is, I think the challenge is about using a horse for sport is that some people think we should. And if we just can explain that we're using them in a nice way, and that this is also good for the horses in some way. Yes.
I don't think it's about using the form. I think about using when you use weights, you use nose bags, the weight, you use
the spurs and everything. Yeah, the way you're using it, and when we're using it in a bad way, then
But how can people say it's in a bad way?
I think I really don't know. I really don't know. It's a. I think you can see. Yeah, like when there is blood on the horse, for example, then it's easy to say that you should.
But some horses they bleed from nose even without anything on them, so you can't really just say, oh, he's bleeding, so he's
Exactly. But that's then we have to go into deep to this technique, but I
Yeah,
understand
then,
what you mean.
Then the general public will think that you are abusing the horse just because he's bleeding, but he's not actually abused. He just got help.
That's also a thing. It's from individual to individual, and that's the problem to explain to the public.
So,
Yeah.
so I mean, you know, and it's something we can have a long
Yeah,
discussion
this is
about
important. What you say is important.
because it's very important. And I think what the point is that those people who, you know, first of all, there are people who don't know about show jumping and horses who see it and they see the horse with all these straps and things and think that's immediately cruel. And maybe it is, maybe it isn't. And then we have the industry who've become blind, perhaps, to some of the cruelties or some of the things that are happening. So, what is the way forward?
The way forward, I think, what is positive about this, it is that it doesn't necessarily have to be Germany, Sweden, or any of those countries who did horses for many years, who is the future. It can also be a country who would like to take this in consideration.
So
I
even,
think it is.
even Sri Lanka,
Yeah, I think so. If the country that will keep this in mind to stay to the basic things in horse sport and also to develop new things about the science the new science that came from science. It could be any country.
so this is quite interesting because I think with our conversations as well, we are a country that would like to improve. I think so. We'd like to learn. We want to develop, but we're still at a very basic level. You know, with the exception of Rashmi, who is our international show jumper.
No. Not international.
Well, you ride in India. That's it.
Yeah, that's abroad.
Asia.
Yeah, that's abroad.
That's good. That's good.
So what we're saying is that Asia could be the new center. I mean, it seems like it's moving here. It's a lot happening in India, a lot happening in China. In the middle of all of that, in the middle of the circle of the storm, is Sri Lanka. If we aspire, if we want to come to that level, what do we need to do?
The thing is, I think what I've only been to this place, but I think it's what is good is when I see the cage rides and I see the horses, it's kind of easy because you only have to add things. You don't have to learn in a new way.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so why not?
So can you give some examples of how things we need to add and things that we want to right?
But I think what we from the good base we have with the nice hands of all the riders I've seen in a good position, it's easy to add the rest of the riding. When it starts the other way, that you learned in a bad way, then it's difficult to learn the new way. So I think that's one of the things, the main thing. And then, of course, if you want to, the thing is now not to rush. Just one piece at a time to do. Feel that the horses is good enough for what you want to do. When the horses is good enough for what you want to do. For sure, you want to do more. And then you need to have a system to, yeah. That's
So maybe you can tell us a little bit about what brings you to Sri Lanka from Sweden, and you know, a little bit about your experience here.
Yeah, I was born here in 1977. And then I didn't, and then I was adopted to Sweden after 6 months. And I was never back. So this is my first time back. Because of you, I had the opportunity to.
That's quite a big thing. You know, and we're very happy that you're here. What's your experience been like?
It's fantastic. I love the beach. It's fantastic.